Okay, what's your mindset? Before each round, right now I'm trying to improve my musicality, and I think like, should I have this mindset of I have to be on beats, I have to respect the song each time, or should I? It depends on on my goals. Yeah.
Mm. Okay, so what it the the answer is something that I wish I could do it all the time, but the truth is it's not gonna happen all the time, you know. But you don't need to tell yourself that, okay, I need to be better, with the musicality, or focus more on the musicality before a round and things like this, because I always find that this doesn't work, especially at the especially right before. You see what I mean? Because right before, it's not the time. You see what I mean? Because let me give you I think that's an example I use often. If I tell you right now, go do 5 push-up, you will just go and do 5 push-up.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? If I tell you right now, can you pick up the water, in the kitchen, and can you give me a cup of water, please? You will go to the kitchen, take the water, and come here, and then you give it to me. The thing is, you will not even think about it. You see what I mean? But you will execute this task perfectly, just because you're not thinking about it. But if we realize there is a lot going on, just for you to stand up, go into the kitchen, take the water, put it in the glass, come back here, sit down again, and give it to me. A lot is happening, and there are so many things that you have to do unconsciously to make this happen, but it's just easy for you to do it, so you don't necessarily need to think about it, and just like the push-up, if you go there and I say, you're just gonna go and do 5 push-up, because you don't, it's probably easy for you, right? So that's the state of mind I would love to be in all the time, right? So, but the only thing is, sometimes I'm not doing this, and whenever I don't do it, it doesn't work well, because I'm trying to be like, okay, so you see what I mean? So that's the ideal situation to be in, and this, it comes with time, but also even with experience, sometimes you tend to forget it due to the situation. Because if, for example, today you really want to do well, then sometimes you're going to be putting more pressure on yourself than usual, and all of a sudden you start reminding yourself all the things that you need to do. And the moment you start reminding yourself all the things that you need to do, you're not necessarily focusing on being in the moment anymore. You're focusing too much on the execution part,
Yeah.
And we don't want that when we are dancing, especially freestyle, because freestyle is all about this being spontaneous, right? So the best thing is that if you want to feel good with music, with your musicality in a battle, for example, then you need to practice it well enough so that you don't even need to think about it when you're gonna need it in the moment. Just like you don't think about activating your arms, your back muscles, your core, all of that, just to do 1 push-up.
Yeah, it's a
See what I
repetition
mean?
of, it's a repetition of the movements, and I'm not even thinking about doing this move or that because yeah, it's spontaneous.
Yeah,
Okay.
but the tricky part with dance is repeating the movement isn't enough, you know, because uh, dancing goes it's a movement art, but it also goes beyond movement, you know, because there is a big factor which is the music as well, you know, and just this alone can make things a little bit more challenging sometimes, you know. So I wouldn't say it's just a matter of repeating a movement until you control it, but it's more a matter of practicing and also cultivating a mindset of letting go, you know. Yeah, because if you know that you are practicing on a regular basis, then you also need to let go and let your skills talk for themselves when you need it in that moment. And this is part of the practice as well, you see. So yeah, that's kind of the difference. Because for example, let's say it's martial arts, because I know you do martial art.
Yeah.
If you practice your kick like on a regular basis, then if I say, okay, just do the kick the way it should be, you will be able to do it, you know, bam, the way it should be, right? Because you've been practicing it a lot. But now, when you go in like in a competition, for example, and you're fighting against someone, then it doesn't mean this kick will be perfect just like you were practicing it, because there are too many factors involved.
Yeah.
You see, but at least you know that you've been practicing this kick for so long that the problem is not that you don't know how to do the kick. It's mainly how do you manage your emotion on that moment to be able to execute the kick just like in your room, you know. And that in itself is a practice as well, you know. And that's what happened with dance as well, you know. So it's, yeah, so basically repeating the movement or practicing the movement will never be enough. That's where the mindset is also part of the game and part of the practice. Yeah.
Yeah, I get it now. Okay.
Yeah.
A good analogy with the martial arts. Now it's easy
Yeah.
to understand. Yeah.